Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. Paper 12 Environmental Management and Module 15, that is Procedure of Environment Clearance of Category B Building and Construction and Category B1 projects in India. We have already studied about the environment clearance process for Category A projects in the previous module. In this module, we will mainly focus on the environment clearance or appraisal process for Category B1 and B projects at state level, and the Category B2 projects are discussed in the next module. This module will discuss the environment clearance process for the Category B projects in the schedule and more specifically B1 projects and Category B building and construction projects. In case of Category B projects or activities, the first step is the scrutiny of an application seeking prior environmental clearance made in Form 1 by the concerned state level expert appraisal committee for determining whether or not the project or activity requires further environmental studies for preparation of an environmental impact assessment. Initially, in EIA 2006 guidelines, the Category B was divided into B1 requiring environmental clearance and all other projects not covered under Category B were regarded B2, and these do not require environmental clearance. The guidelines for categorization of some of the projects into B1 or B2 are enlisted in the table here. Here we can see in the table of guidelines for categorization of some of the projects into B1 or B2. In the table, the first period refers to serial number, then activities category, then category B1, then category B2. Here we can see in case of thermal power plants based on coal, lignite, naphtha and gas of capacity more than 5 megawatt and less than 500 megawatt are categorized as B1, whereas thermal power plants based on coal, lignite, naphtha and gas of capacity more than 5000 megawatt are enlisted in the category B. Similarly, mineral beneficiation. All other mineral beneficiation activity falling in the schedule as category B. However, the mineral beneficiation activity listed in the schedule as category B with throughput 90,000 ton per annum involving only physical beneficiation are considered in category B2. Then serial number 3A, metallurgical industries, especially ferrous and non-ferrous. Here all other non-toxic secondary metallurgical processing industries falling in the schedule as category B, whereas all non-toxic secondary metallurgical processing industries involving operation of furnaces only, such as induction and electric arc furnaces, submerged arc furnaces and cupola with capacity more than 30,000 ton per annum but less than 60,000 ton per annum provided that such projects are located within the notified industrial estates. All these are categorized in category B2. Then serial number 3B of the schedule EIA notification 2006. Here the activity category is cement plants, and under category B1 are all such projects which all stand alone grinding units listed in the schedule as category B, where the transportation of raw material and finished product is not primarily through railways. whereas all stand-alone grinding units listed in the schedule as category B project to the condition that transportation of raw material and furnished products shall be primarily through railways are categorized in category B. Then serial number 4D of the notification. Here the activity category is chlor-alkali industry. So all chlor-alkali plants with production capacity less than 300 ton per day and located outside notified industrial area listed in the schedule as category B are considered in category B1. In category B2, all such projects will be covered which contain all chlor-alkali plants with production capacity less than 300 ton per day and are located within notified industrial area listed in the schedule as category B. Then 4F, the activities are leather, skin, hide processing industry. Here all other projects listed in the schedule as category B comes under category B1, except all new or expansion projects of leather production without tanning located within a industrial area state listed in category B1 are treated as category B2 projects. Then 5A, activity category is chemical fertilizers. It contains all other single superphosphate plants listed in the schedule as category B. However, single superphosphate plants involving only the activity of granulation of SSP powder, that means single superphosphate plants are listed in category B. Then category 5D, that activity category is man-made fibers. Here manufacturing all other man-made fiber manufacturing units listed in the schedule as category B are treated B1, whereas all man-made fiber manufacturing units producing fiber from granule or chips are treated as category B2. Then aerial ropeways. All aerial ropeway projects listed in the schedule as category B are categorized as category B2. So next we are going to discuss environment clearance or appraisal process for category B1 and B building and construction projects at state level. As discussed in the previous module, all the projects under category B1 and B, that is building and construction projects, are dealt at state level by SIA and SEEC. The regulatory and processing authorities in these categories of projects are SIA and SEEC. The major differences in the category A and B1 projects are: number 1, category A projects are dealt at center level by MOEF, that is Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, on recommendations of sector specific Environment Appraisal Committee, whereas category B1 projects are under the ambit of state level committees SIA and SEEC, that means State Environment Impact Assessment Authority and State Environment. Number 2, category A projects do not require screening, but category B1 requires the screening step. Further, as like category A projects, category B1 also proceed through EIA and public hearing, except building and construction projects which do not require public consultation. The environment clearance process at state level for category B1 projects is shown here as scheme 1. In the schematic representation of the environmental clearance process at state level for category B1 projects, we see that the first is project concept and site selection, which is followed by submission of Form 1, 1A and or proposed TR, TOR, that is terms of reference, to SEAC. Then SEAC screens the applications and categorize it either into category B1, that is which requires EIA, or category B2, which do not require EIA. If it is under the B1 category, then TOR are approved by the SEAC, and if public hearing is required, it is sent for the public hearing, or otherwise draft EIA report is directly submitted to State Pollution Control Board or Union Territory Pollution Control Committee by the project proponent. Otherwise, it will be submitted to the SPCB or UTPCC after public hearing. Then the presentation is made to the SEA in respect of the environment impact assessment study made by the project consultant. Based on the presentation, the SEA may accept and approve or may reject. The same decision is displayed on the State Pollution Control Board or Union Territory Pollution Control Committee and project proponent website. Further, the table 3 gives details of the process of environment clearance for category B, that is specifically building and construction projects. Further, as per 2006 notification, an environmental cell shall be set up at the local authority level to support compliance and monitoring of the environmental conditions in buildings, which is detailed in Appendix 16 of the EIA notification 2006. So, here in the table 3 we can see EIA categorization. So, here in the table we can see EIA categorization of building and construction or town planning projects. We can see here category of project B when the area is more than 20,000 square meter and less than 1,50,000 square meter of built up area. In this case, there is no requirement of EIA or EMP, that is Environment Management Plan. There is no requirement of public hearing. However, environment clearance is required, and SEA or SEAC are the appraisal or grant authorities in such cases. The documents required for these applications are Form 1, Form 1A, conceptual plan, along with other documents as per checklist, in addition to the clarifications raised by the SEA or SEAC. Then another category B project of the building and construction planning projects is where the total area is more than 1,50,000 square meters and less than 3 lakh square meters built up area, or covering an area more than 50 hectare and less than 150 hectares. In this case, yes, as it is to be appraised as per category B1 project, here EIA and EMP is required, but no public hearing is required. Environment clearance is required after EIA report, and it is based on the TOR issued to the project submitted. Here the granting authority is again SEA or SEAC. The documents required for the clearance are Form 1, Form 1A, conceptual plan, along with other documents as per checklist, in addition to the clarifications raised by SEA, SEAC, but the main document is EIA report. Then category A projects, the projects having area more than 3 lakh square meters of built up area or covering an area more than 150 hectares comes under category A. As we all know, in all category A projects, EIA and EMP are required. Public hearing is also required in all category A projects. EC is required, and the authority to appraise such projects is EAC or MOEF CC. The documents required are Form 1, Form 1A, conceptual plan along with other documents as per checklist in addition to the clarifications raised by EAC, but the main document is EIA and the public hearing report. Further, the table gives the timeline for clearance of B1 projects at state level, and it has been divided into activity and number of days. For the activity of screening, scoping and issuance of TOR, 60 days are required, whereas for preparation of EIA report, 90 days. Submission of draft EIA report and conducting of public hearing, 45 days. Appraisal by State Environment Assessment Committee after submission of final EIA report, 60 days. Decision by SEA, that is State Environment Impact Assessment Authority, 45 days, and in total 300 days are required to complete the whole process. Then discussing the step-by-step process of clearance in such projects. The stage 1 is screening, which is further divided into steps. The step 1 is online application. The application for all new and existing expansion or modernization projects is applied online at the website www.environmentalclearance.nic.in in the domain of the respective state portal. The forms or documents shown here are uploaded online depending on the type of project. These documents are cover letter, duly stamped and signed by the project proponent or developer. Form 1 attached in previous module 14 in a static content, then Form 1A attached as appendix 2 in the EIA notification, pre-feasibility report, environmental management plan, risk management, proof of ownership of land, approved layout plan along with relevant annexures or conceptual plan, topographic sheet, etc. The step 2 involves scrutiny of application. The online application received in the respective state portal is scrutinized by the processing authorities for the predefined checklist as required for category B1 projects. If the application is complete as per checklist, the application is further placed before the regulatory authorities. If incomplete, the additional documents or information is sought from the project proponent. After this comes the step 3 here, which involves determination of project category. The application complete in all respect is placed before the State Environment Assessment Committee for screening of the project to determine its category. Project proponent or his authorized person is usually called to make presentation of the project proposal and clear any doubts about the submitted Form 1 and 1A or any other if required. In this stage, the projects are categorized as either B1 or B2 as per the predefined criteria. The projects requiring an environmental impact assessment report shall be termed category B1 and remaining projects shall be termed category B2 as already discussed in the previous tables. After this comes the stage 2, which is known as scoping. The scoping for these projects is carried by the state level expert appraisal committee and the State Environment Impact Assessment Agency. The composition and qualifications of the SIA and SEEK is already discussed in the previous modules. The state level expert appraisal committee, that is SEEK, determines detailed and comprehensive terms of reference, that is TOR, addressing all relevant environmental concerns for the preparation of environment impact assessment report in respect of the project or activity for which prior environment clearance is sought. After this comes the step 4. Here for B1 projects, the terms of reference shall be conveyed to the applicant by the state level expert appraisal committee, that means SEEK, as concerned within 60 days of the receipt of Form 1. All projects and activities listed as category B in item 8 of the schedule, which relates to construction, township, commercial complexes, housing, shall not require scoping and will be appraised on the basis of Form 1 or 1A and the conceptual plan. Applications for prior environmental clearance may be rejected by the regulatory authority concerned on the recommendations of the Environment Appraisal Committee or SEEK concerned at this stage itself. In case of such rejection, the decision together with the reasons for the same shall be communicated to the applicant in writing within 60 days of the receipt of the application. If accepted, it proceeds to next stage of stage 3, public consultation. Public consultation refers to the process by which the concerns of local affected persons and others who have plausible stake in the environmental impacts of the project or activity are ascertained with a view to taking into account all the material concerns in the project or activity design as appropriate. Procedure for public consultation is same as discussed in the previous modules. Further, all category B1 projects or activities shall undertake public consultation except number 1, modernization of irrigation projects. All projects or activities located within industrial estates or parks, that is item 7C of the schedule, approved by the concerned authorities and which are not disallowed in such approvals. Number C, expansion of roads and highways which do not involve any further acquisition of land. D, maintenance, dredging, provided the dredged material shall be disposed within port limits. E, all building or construction projects or area development projects which do not contain any category A project and activities and townships, and all in 8B category of the schedule. F, all category B2 projects and activities. G, all projects or activities concerning national defense and security or involving other strategic considerations as determined by the central government. Then comes the step 5. The public hearing at or in close proximity to the site in all cases is conducted by the State Pollution Control Board and forwarded the proceedings to the regulatory authority concerned within 45 days of a request to effect from the applicant. After completion of the public consultation, the applicant is required to address all the material environmental concerns expressed during this process and make appropriate changes in the draft EIA and EMP, that is Environment Management Plan. After this comes the step 6. The final EIA report so prepared is submitted by the applicant to the concerned regulatory authority for appraisal. The applicant may alternatively submit a supplementary report to the draft EIA and EMP addressing all the concerns expressed during the public consultation. Then comes the stage 4, appraisal. Appraisal means the detailed scrutiny by the state level expert appraisal committee of the application and other documents like the final EIA report, outcome of the public consultations including public hearing proceedings submitted by the applicant to the regulatory authority concerned for grant of environmental clearance. Then comes the step 7, which is the final EIA report prepared which include the terms of reference as well as public consultation is presented before the SEEC followed by SIA. As per notification rules, the appraisal of an application shall be completed by the state level expert appraisal committee concerned within 60 days of the receipt of final environment impact assessment report and other documents. Step 8. Grant or rejection of environmental clearance. The regulatory authority considers the recommendations of the SEEC concerned and convey its decision to the applicant within 45 days of the receipt of recommendations of the state level expert appraisal committee, that is SEEC concerned, or in other words within 105 days of the receipt of final environment impact assessment report. If environment impact assessment is not required, then within 105 days of the receipt of complete application with requisite documents. If the SIA or SEEC does not accept, then they reject it. If reject, the so is informed to the project proponent with valid reasons. So, with acceptance or rejection, the process of EIA or environment clearance ends and the further project proponent or project consultant may start their project as per the guidelines. Thank you.